Dear students, now we are going to discuss passage number 34. See, first let me discuss the questions. Which of the following is not made of paper? Newspaper, textbook, a paper knife, test paper. See, four options are given. Among these, which is not made by paper? That is the question. Second one, who made first kind of paper? The Chinese, Egyptians, Indians, the Europeans. The first kind of paper was made by which country? Are Chinese, is it Egyptians or Indians or Europeans? Next. Third question. What was the first kind of paper called? The first kind of paper when it is produced, what was it called? Papyrus, wood pulp, rags, paper. Among these, we should choose the correct one by reading out the passage. What is handmade paper used for today? See, for what we are using handmade paper? To print news on, to make textbooks, to wrap gifts, to write tests on. See, for what we are using handmade paper? See, four uses of paper it is listed: for printing news, for wrapping gifts, to make textbooks and write tests. When you go through the passage, you can come across the right answer. The last question in here, we should be careful when using paper so that we save money, paper, energy, trees. See, among these, which is the right answer you should find out. See, when you are using paper, you should not waste it. You should save the paper. See, if you save the paper, then indirectly what it will save? Will it save money, or will it save paper? Will it save energy, or will it save trees? That is the main question here. Next. See, this passage is about paper. It has two paragraphs. Now let me read out the first paragraph. One of the most useful articles in the world is paper. The first thing we see in the morning is the newspaper. When we go to school, we read our textbooks and write on paper. When we take a printout from a computer, it is on paper. See, paper is there in our lives since from the morning. See, start with a newspaper. When you go to schools, you use textbooks. Again, for writing, you are using papers. To take printouts, you are using papers. Do you know who first made paper? See this. Who made the first paper? It is there. Let us find it out. About 5,000 years ago, the Egyptians pulled out the tall reeds growing near the river Nile and made a paper out of it. The Egyptians, Nile River, the tall reeds that grow around the river. They cut those reeds, and they made a paper out of it. And this was called as papyrus. This is the first name of the paper. And that is where we got our word paper from. So, the first it was called as papyrus. Next, it has become paper. The word has been changed a little bit. So, in these two lines, you can find two answers. See, who discovered the paper? That for that you have got the answer. And what is the name of the first paper? That is also you can know the answer from the first paragraph. So now let us go to the second paragraph and let us try to find the answers for remaining questions. Second paragraph. Later, the Chinese made paper that was very similar to the kind of paper that we use today. See, after that, Chinese also discovered paper, and now what we are using this kind of paper was almost nearly how the Chinese paper was there, in the same way it is there. They made this paper out of a pulp of rags and wood. They spread out the pulp, dried it, and made it smooth. This whole process was carried out by hand. So, Chinese used to make paper using the rag and wood. They used to spread out pulp, dry it, and they were making smooth. See, all this process was carried out by hand. Today, all papers used are made by machines. Now, we are using machines to produce paper. However, some very beautiful handmade papers are used to make cards, letter paper, or gift wrapping paper today. See, handmade paper is used for three purposes: making cards, letter paper, gift wrapping paper. So, see, you should focus on these three things because there was a question for what you that handmade paper was using. See, among this, you should choose the correct one. We must be careful when using paper or find new ways to making paper out of waste material so that we can save trees. See, indirectly we are saving. Say, if you save paper, indirectly we are saving trees only. See, this you should remember. One question was based on this also. Okay. Now I think you have understood the passage well. Let us go to the questions. Now you can tell the answers. You should tell the answer once. Don't tell the answers again and again. Only once you tell the answer. Which of the following is not made of paper?
A paper knife. Paper knife. Paper knife.
Option C, a paper knife. Question number 2. Who made first kind of paper? Option B, the Egyptians. Egyptians made the paper. Please don't read it as Egyptians. You can read it as Egyptians. Okay. Next. Option B, Egyptians. Next.
Egyptians.
What was the first kind of paper called? Option A, papyrus. Next question. Question number 4. What is handmade paper used for today? Correct answer, option C, to wrap gifts. Now let me come to the last question. We should be careful when using paper so that we save. Correct answer, option D, trees. When you save paper, you are indirectly saving trees. That is the right answer. See, this question is about paper. This passage is about paper, and with this, you came across how the paper was discovered, who discovered that one, and what is the situation of paper today. Okay, now let us conclude the passage.